Some time ago, my wife found a bedroom set on the internet that she liked, and she asked if I could build it or if she should buy it. And when I saw the price, I says, well, I can build that. So what follows is a pictorial log of my efforts to build the first piece of the bedroom set, the headboard. My first task was to find a sawmill that sold rough sawn lumber in the dimensions that I needed, 6x6, 4x4, and 2x8. Fortunately, there was a sawmill close to home that not only had good prices but allowed me to pick through the lumber. The next bit is quite important. You need to stack and sticker the lumber and let it dry from 2 to several months. Rough sawn lumber like this may or may not have been kiln dried, and you need to let it sit to see if it's going to warp or check. Next, I made a sketch to reference while I was building the headboard. The height of the 4x4s can be adjusted to correspond with the thickness of your mattress and box springs. The next part was a bit tricky. I used my crosscut sled to make the cuts on the 6x6. Make sure you have support for the 6x6 on both sides of the blade. I then rolled the 6x6 until all 4 sides were cut, and then I finished up with a hand saw and then cleaned up the end with a hand plane. Here I should mention that even with proper drying, you'll probably end up with some surface cracks in the large timbers. To stabilize and seal these cracks, I went to the local vet supply and purchased the largest hypodermic needle they had and injected yellow carpenter's wood glue down into the cracks. Once all your pieces are cut, sand everything just enough to get the loose fibers and slivers off of the wood. Next, clamp everything together to check your fit up. Lay out and drill your holes needed to attach the 6x6s to the 4x4s. For this, I used 8" by 3/8 lag bolts countersunk into the 6x6s. Waxing the lag bolts helps them go in much more easily. I used a combination of lag bolts, pocket screws, and grabbers to assemble the headboard. Once the top rail was on, I installed a fake tenon and a cornice to cover the lag bolt holes. To make the grabbers less obvious, I countersunk them about a 1/2 inch deep and used some black ebony stain around the holes to make it look like it was an old nail hole that had oxidized. Then I put 1 coat of dark walnut stain, 1 coat of linseed oil, and 3 coats of water-based poly on the headboard. You will need help lifting this into your bedroom.